All right, everyone, welcome inside the St. Luke's Arena here in Proctor. It's the Hibbing Chisholm Blue Jackets and the Proctor Rails battling it out tonight here in Proctor. This game is brought to you by Minnesota Twist Drill in Chisholm. They're a proud sponsor of Up North Hockey, and they wish best of luck to all players on the season ahead to have fun. The Rink Sports Grill in Eveleth offers casual family dining in a hockey-themed atmosphere. Try one of their daily specials or your favorites from the menu. The Rink Sports Grill offers 8 large screen TVs and 2 10-foot projection screens, so you never have to miss a minute of the game. They also offer large and small group seating with meeting areas available. Full menu, limited menu, or buffet. They can cater your event, party, or meeting. That's the Rink Sports Grill at 301 Hattrick Avenue in Eveleth, Minnesota. Check them out today. And finally, tonight's game is also brought to you by Iron Range Apparel, located in the Thunderbird Mall in Virginia. Stop by Iron Range Apparel for all your Minnesota-themed clothing and home decor. Located in the Thunderbird Mall in Virginia, Iron Range Apparel offers lake cabin and home decor, along with a large variety of apparel. Grab a hockey hoodie for the rink or a winter hat for the cold Minnesota weather. Each item is designed in-house, paying special attention to the local history and heritage. Iron Range Apparel also offers wholesale pricing and custom screen printing. Find them on Facebook and Instagram, and good luck to all the players. So the Zamboni is taking its last couple laps here in Proctor. Teams will be back on the ice for the starting lineups, national anthem, and then puck drop coming up here from the St. Luke's Arena in Proctor.
Good evening, hockey fans from in Proctor, Minnesota tonight. St. Luke's Sports Complex here in Proctor, a very nice arena. Second year that it's been open. It's a fabulous facility. And we thank them for their hospitality here. It's been incredible. Blake, should be a fun one here tonight. Key Section 7A matchup here between Proctor and Hibbing Chisholm.
Yeah, it's a big one for seedings for both teams. A big Section 7A game, and it's a treat being here at the St. Luke's Arena. It's just a beautiful arena, beautiful press box, and we thank the, Proctor High School for making us feel welcome and, the amazing hospitality. So here's the starting lineups for both teams right now.
All right, we are just about set to get underway. And tonight's big meeting, Section 7A matchup between the Proctor Rails and the Hibbing Chisholm Blue Jackets. Again, we thank Kent from Proctor High School for his excellent hospitality and his help getting us set up and organized this week. Just been amazing.
And this game, it's a significant game from last year. It's the rematch of the play-in game. It was a thrilling play-in game where the Hibbing Chisholm Blue Jackets ended the Proctor Rails season. They got the victory there in the second overtime of that play-in game over at the Hibbing Memorial Arena.
Yeah, that was an exciting play-in game, exciting double overtime thriller there. Well, the Blue Jackets are ready to go. Just waiting on the Rails to complete their pregame festivity here.
Proctor Rails coming into this game with a record of 7-8. In their last game, they lost to a very tough Gentry Academy team, 6-0. Then the Hibbing Chisholm Blue Jackets coming into this game with a record of 2-11.
Okay, we're underway here in Proctor. As sent in by the Rails and into the corner. Fight for it as Ethan Lund comes out at center ice. Lund brings it through center ice, has Blake Freider in front. Lund drives it over the top of the net there. Shot in the corner. Race forward here as Freider's got it, sends it back to the point to Lehman. Lehman sends it in the corner. Picked up by his Freider there. And back out on the point is Zimba. Zimba works it in. Zimba gets to the front of that. Shoots, he scores! Mitch Zimba has the Blue Jackets on the board very quickly here. 44 seconds into the hockey game. Mitch Zimba has the Blue Jackets up 1-0.
Wow, quick start for the Blue Jackets. They get a goal here in the first 46 minutes of the game, or 44 minutes of the game within the first minute. And good job by Mitch Zimba. Nice shot there from the point to give the Blue Jackets a 1-0 lead.
Try to pick up the assist here. We'll have to get the scoring summary off of Hockey Hub, as I can't pick up the PA with our headsets on. But Mitch Zimba getting the goal. There was at least one assist in there, I'm sure. As Sanborn back to get it here behind the net. Sanborn sends it ahead to Marshak, and he dumps it out at center ice. The Rails will turn it around the other way and send it back in. As Mercer sent it in for the Rails. Over on the other side, sent in by Harnell. Harnell with it, gets it out to Ward. Ward trying to make a play with it here. Ward behind the net now. Sends it over in the corner. In to help out now is Riles. Behind the net. Shot. Goal! Right away, the Rails come back here. And tie it up here at one apiece, and that goal is going to be credited to Ben Harnell. Tying this game up here.
Well, now Proctor gets an early goal here, and they tie it up at 1. Ben Harnell scoring the goal there. He's a very key player for this Proctor team. I remember him watching him last year when the Evelyn Gilbert Golden Bears took on the Proctor Rails, and he's a very solid player for this Rails team.
So Harnell gets a goal for the Rails as Zimba sends it through, and Reese Ward tips that one down. Nice defensive play by Ward. This is Lund, gets it back to Zimba. Zimba shoots it behind the net, and there's a fight for it as Freider gets in there. Freider trying to get it out front here. Zimba drives in. Shot goes wide of the net here. Fast start to this game. 1-1 between Hibbing, Chisholm, and Proctor. 14:27 left here, period 1.
Well, we'll see. We might have another high-scoring game, of course. In Hibbing's last Section 7 game against North Shore, they had a very high-scoring game, 7-6, and we're in the first couple minutes here. Already 2 goals, 1-1 between Hibbing and Proctor.
Could be another high-scoring affair. We'll have to see here. As this is brought back in by Mosier, sends it out to the point, and picked up by Dardis, and he sends it in. Racing in is there's Bartlam. Back in the net now is Bushbaum. And Casey Kemp brings it out here to Matt Edmonds. Gets it up to Marshak. Marshak might have a play with it. Nice little play by Sam Johnson to come out of the net and make that play. Knock it away. As Edmonds tips it back into the corner. Racing in there. Kemp gets it here, now picked up by the Rails. And brought out. As Bushbaum was back there to get Bushbaum, sends it back into the Blue Jackets zone. Now the Blue Jackets come back the other way as Kabina sends it back up, gets it to Ethan Lund. Nice to see Drew Kabina back in the lineup for the Blue Jackets. Kabina sends it back in, a little backhander to Allison. And turned away. Turnover, and the Harnell skates it all the way down the other side. Harnell breaking in! Shoots! Save Vitek Vozdecki. As the puck was loose out front, but a whistle and a save. Well, what a move by Harnell.
Yeah, both of the goal scorers tonight almost had another chance. Mitchell Zimba had a chance from the point again, right after the Rails scored their first goal. Now Harnell with a nice little move, just about put it in, but nice save there by Vozdecki, shutting him down. This game is brought to you by Minnesota Twist Drill in Chisholm. They're a proud sponsor of Up North Hockey, and they wish best of luck to all players on the season ahead and to have fun.
Holla taking the draw with Casey Kemp there. Kemp has it at center, gets it over to Edmonds, back to Kemp. Kemp sends it in. Olsen plays it behind the net there. Johnson plays it behind the net. Marshak centering it, trying to get it over to Casey Kemp, and the Rails shut that one down here. Trying to get coming out with it here was Haugen in there to help out for the Rails. And dumped out by the Rails. The length of the ice, and Vozdecki plays it around as Marshak has it at center ice. Marshak brings it in with some speed. Marshak takes a shot, goes wide of the net. Now Harnell turns it away, dumps it the other length of the ice here, and Lehman picks it up here. Lehman has it. Lehman sends it in here and intercepted by Harnell. Harnell trying to make a move. He makes a move to the net. He gets free. Harnell shoots. Vitek down. Puck still loose. The Rails moving around here, bringing it back to the point. Shot right on. Nice chance by Mosier. Rails putting on some pressure here now. This is Harnell. They're going to get a penalty. Power play gets the coming up for the Rails here. With 11:45 left.
This game is brought to you by the Ring Sports Grill in Eveleth. They offer casual family dining and a hockey-themed atmosphere. Try one of their daily specials or your favorites from the menu. The Ring Sports Grill offers 8 large screen TVs and 2 10-foot projection screens, so you never have to miss a minute of the game. Well, another chance there for Harnell. I'm shocked that he couldn't put it in there. It looked like he had an open net, but couldn't put it in. Another opportunity there, and now the Proctor Rails go on their first power play of the game.
Sent it by Mosier back to Harnell on the other side. Planted up front was Ward. Nice save by Vozdecki there as the Blue Jackets send it out. Allison dumps it down. Minute 45 left on that power play for the Rails. Back to set it up is Mosier. He gets it ahead and knocks it in by Connor Pavlovich. Right out front, a chance. The Blue Jackets turn it away here. Casey Kemp comes back the other way. Casey Kemp in on shorthanded here and takes a shot on goal. And Johnson steers that aside. This is Mosier behind the net, setting it up here, brings it out. Gets it over on the other side to Pavlovich. Pavlovich sends it in. Now this is Harnell wheeling around with it. Harnell has it. Harnell wheels it back to the point. Gets it back to Mosier. Mosier sticks it in the corner. This is Pavlovich playing it here. Leaves it over on the other side to Rielts. Rielts trying to make a play in front, try to get it. Rielts has it again here. As Bartlam will go back there and get it. And Sanborn trying to send it out here for the Blue Jackets here. 36 seconds left in that power play, and there's a great opportunity for Bushbaum. And he just missed the mark as it tipped off of Vitek's skate, he kind of got, or stick, kind of got out of position on the play, and the Rails almost scored on that one. This is Olsen, wheels it around. Olsen gets it ahead to Bartlam. Bartlam works it into the Blue Jacket zone here. 8 seconds left on the power play here for the Proctor Rails. Intercepted takeaway by Cabina. Nice defensive plays. Kreider brings it back in. Kreider driving behind the net here. Kreider trying to wait here. Trying to get an extra player back out on the ice here, and the Rails come back away with it, but Edmonds turns it around. Kreider has it. Kreider moving towards the net. Takes a shot as Johnson steers it into the corner. Brought out to center. And dumped out a play by the Rails. Should be outside the blue line here.
Hasn't been a very good defensive game so far for this Hibbing Chisholm team. There's been multiple chances, a couple breakaways mixed in there for the Proctor Rails. And the Rails haven't been able to bury in. You know, Vitek's made a couple nice saves as well for Hibbing.
And this face-off was at center ice and dumped in by the Rails. Is Harnell. And this is Pavlovich over in the corner, back to Harnell. Harnell, as Pavlovich races in there, as Zimba was in there trying to tip it out as Marshak. And controlled at center as Zimba picks it up here. Zimba works it in here. Casey Kemp comes through the center. Casey Kemp with a shot on, big blocker save, or big kick save by the goaltender Johnson. And the Rails come away with it here. Dumped right on net by number 24, Kenan Riles.
One of our sponsors tonight, Iron Range Apparel. Stop by Iron Range Apparel for all your Minnesota themed clothing and home decor. Located in the Thunderbird Mall in Virginia, Iron Range Apparel offers lake, cabin, and home decor along with a large variety of apparel.
Back to the point was Colin Bach. And in there is Bushbaum. Colin Bach tried to keep it in here for the Rails.
Grab a hockey hoodie for the rink or a winter hat for the cold Minnesota weather from Iron Range Apparel. Each item is designed in-house, paying special attention to the local history and heritage.
Sanborn sends it over to Zimba. Recovered by the Rails and bringing it back in. Les Dardis. Allison sends it across the rink, and this is going to be an icing charged against the Blue Jackets.
Iron Range Apparel also offers wholesale pricing and custom screen printing. Find them on Facebook and Instagram, and good luck to all the players. And also from Iron Range Apparel, they're our Player of the Game sponsor, so the Player of the Game for tonight's game will receive a hat courtesy of Iron Range Apparel.
Zimba working behind is Sanborn. Gets it up to Freider. Freider tips it towards the Rails zone. And the Rails come back with it here and dump back in by Mosier. Mosier speeds in here, and there's a shot. Nice Bo Dardis comes in and grabs that loose puck and takes a nice little wrister. Vitek with a big save.
Well, Proctor so far dominating this game. They've had the most chances. You know, it looked like, Hibbing scored the first goal in the first minute, and now it's been all Proctor for the most part. They've been putting a lot of shots on, and they've controlled most of the play.
Zimba gets it to Marshak. Marshak slides it over to Edmonds. Into the Rails zone. Olsen sends it around the boards. Sanborn tries to keep it in here, and here comes the Rails. A very speedy Grant Haugen up along the boards there, and as Kemp gets it, sends it over to the other side. Marshak trying to get it out here. As the Rails center it over to Haugen. Nice little centering pass by Tanner Olsen on that play. This is Edmonds, works it through center ice and dumps it in. He gets taken down. Big hit by Tanner Olson there. 6:51 left here, period number 1. It is all tied up at 1-1 between Hibbing Chisholm and the Proctor Rails. And dumped back in by Drew Cabina. This is Blake Freider with it. Freider in the corner, trying to make a play, defended in there. Good defense by the Proctor Rails here. As fired out front, and goaltender Sam Johnson makes a big save there.
This arena here is, I mean, we've mentioned it already. It's beautiful, and, you know, it's going to help out this program, I think. You know, Proctor, a suburb of Duluth and Superior, I think a lot of people are going to come here with this new arena, and, you know, it's a good thing for this program.
Yeah, it certainly is. It's a great state-of-the-art facility, and we're happy to be here, part of your broadcast here tonight. And they're sent out by the Rails and brings it back at center ice here. Dump back over as Reese Ward was trying to move it ahead. Dump back in by Lehman behind the goal, and Johnson has that one, and he leaves it. And sent out by the Rails here and picked up by Zimba. Lehman dumps it in, and that's going to be an icing charge against the Blue Jackets.
This game is brought to you by Minnesota Twist Drill in Chisholm. They are a proud sponsor of Up North Hockey, and they wish best of luck to all players in the season ahead and to have fun.
Bushbaum to take the draw against Casey Kemp here. Connor Bushbaum. That is it. Bushbaum wins that draw here, and behind the net, tried to stuff it in, was Bo Dardis. Nice little play by Dardis. And now sent back in by the Rails as Dardis sends it back in here, now picked up by Marshak at center ice. Marshak fighting with Dardis here for that loose puck. And into the Rails zone as Johnson plays it behind the net. Casey Kemp trying to steal it away from Austin Moores. Pavlovich on the other side gets it up through center ice to Dardis, and picked up by the Blue Jackets. Marshak. Marshak driving it in here now. Along the boards here, Marshak comes behind the net. Trying to get it out front to Casey Kemp. There's a penalty coming up against the Rails, and so power play for the Blue Jackets.
Yeah, their first power play of the game. They got to get something going. You know, they started out the game pretty strong. They got that goal. They've been pretty flat ever since. So they got to get something going here on this power play, and, you know, look to finish out this period strong.
Yeah, they get something going on here as power play. They could turn the game around here real quick. Here, Sanborn gets it to Lund. Lund working over to Zimba. Zimba sends it back over to Sanborn. Sanborn over to Lund. Lund with a shot right on. Big blocker save by goaltender Johnson.
This game is brought to you by the Rink Sports Grill in Eveleth. They offer large and small group seating with meeting areas available. Full menu, limited menu, or buffet. They can cater your event, party, or meeting.
It is held in by Allison here. Allison wheels it back to Zimba. Over to Allison. Allison gets over to Lund. Back to Zimba. Back over to Allison. Allison gets it over to Zimba. Zimba sends it through traffic. Loose puck out front. And Johnson's got this one. Another good save by Sam Johnson.
Nice shot there by Mitchell Zimba. Nice low shot. Like you said, you got to credit Johnson, though, not letting up a rebound. You know, that could have been a big rebound chance. But Mitchell Zimba putting on a lot of good shots here so far in this game.
Sam Johnson, just a sophomore. Got some younger players on this team. A lot of youth out here for the Proctor Rails. This is Lund. Over to Zimba. Zimba wheeling around here. Gets it back to Lund. Lund works it in. Shot right on. Johnson save again. Another big save there through traffic. And steered that one down here. Got 50 seconds left on the power play for the Blue Jackets here. Zimba has it. Just loses the puck, but gets it back here. Sends it over to Sanborn. Sanborn moves it up to Zimba. Gets it over to Freider. Freider dumps it back in here. Yeah, Zimba's going to pick it up here. Zimba gets it here and moves it around. Leaves it over to Marshak. Well, the Rails dump it out here. Dardis dumps it out here. 16 seconds left on the power play for the Blue Jackets here as Reese Ward plays it at center ice. Reese Ward and Freider battling for that loose puck here. Freider picks it up here. Freider trying to wheel it out of the zone here. Pressure by Ward. And the Rails have successfully killed off their penalty kill. And this is Olsen, sends it back into the Blue Jackets end of the ice here. Picked up by Cabina behind the net here. Racing in there to get it Bartlam. Bartlam sends it back to Morgier on the point. Morgier works it in, shot right on. Save Vozdecki. Another nice shot from Isaac Mosier coming in there. And VTech had a hard time seeing that one.
If you're watching our stream tonight, let us know where you're watching from and maybe who you're watching from, and we'll give you a shout out on the broadcast.
And sent back in by the Rails. Kallenbach sent it in. It turned away the other way, and the Rails keep it in. As 19 Bushbaum throws it in there into the corner. This is Marshak here. Behind the net, picks up as Drew Cabina. Cabina sends it to Edmonds. Edmond works it over to Marshak. Marshak brings it in here. And the Rails turn it back the other way. Here comes Bushbaum. Bushbaum with some speed. He goes on top of the net, over the top of the net with a little backhander. Nice move by Connor Bushbaum. Rails doing a great job defensively. Kallenbach recovering and stopping that previous play. It's back into the Rails zone here as Mosier comes out with it here. Mosier gets it up to center. Now taken away by Allison. Mosier fighting for that loose puck in the corner as Freider picks it up here. Now Allison loses an edge there behind the net. As Sanborn tries to keep it in here, and coming back the other way is the Rails, Riles. And Allison gets it over to Freider here, and Ethan Lund to Freider. Right in front, trying to dump it over to Allison here. We get less than a minute left here in period number 1. Sanborn tries to keep it in here. Here's a chance for Bo Dardis. He's in a foot race with Sanborn. And they get tangled up here. Here's Zimba now with it here. Zimba gets it to Ethan Lund. Lund over to Allison. Taken away by the Rails. Bushbaum trying to come in here. Bushbaum works it over to Dardis. Out front for Bartlam. There's a chance. Loose puck in front. Still loose. Nobody can get to it. Trying to tip it in. Bushbaum trying to tip it in last minute there, and VTech somehow got a hold of that one, and looks like we're going to have a penalty coming up against the Blue Jackets here.
A couple of shout-outs here. Bo Freider from the Hibbing Chisholm Bantam A team watching our stream tonight. Of course, watching his brother Blake Freider, who's now heading to the box. And then Laura Lee Rocker also watching from Hibbing. She says, "Go Blue Jackets."
Thank you for watching, Bo, and congratulations again to your team yesterday on your second place finish. You guys played amazing. That was a fun game. Also to Laura Lee Rocker, congratulations to your son. He was amazing in goal for the Blue Jackets as well yesterday. And that is Drew Rocker. It's going to be fun to watch those kids as they grow older and get to the high school level very soon here. Or the varsity level and JV levels, I should say. And that's going to end the period. 1-1 is our score between Proctor and Hibbing Chisholm. We'll have to go on Hockey Hub and get the official assist on those 2 goals for the Proctor Rails and Hibbing Chisholm Blue Jackets.
We'll do the goal scorers here quick, and then before the second period, we'll get the official assist for that first period of play. So at the 44-second mark of the first period, Hibbing Chisholm took a 1-0 lead, early lead there for the Blue Jackets. Scoring the goal was number 10, Mitchell Zimba. Then, of course, Proctor came right back at the minute 51 mark of that first period to tie it up at 1 apiece. Scoring the goal was number 9, Ben Harnell, who had multiple chances in that first period to bury. He did get one there, though, and that tied it up at 1 for the Proctor Rails, and that's where we stand after 1 period of play, 1-1 between the Blue Jackets and Rails.
Yeah, so tight game after 1 period of play. We'll see what happens in period number 2 coming up here, Blake.
So tonight's game is brought to you by Minnesota Twist Drill in Chisholm. They are a proud sponsor of Up North Hockey, and they wish best of luck to all players in the season ahead and to have fun. And the Rink Sports Grill in Eveleth offers casual family dining in a hockey-themed atmosphere. Try one of their daily specials or your favorites from the menu. The Rink Sports Grill offers 8 large screen TVs and 2 10-foot projection screens, so you never have to miss a minute of the game. They also offer large and small group seating with meeting areas available. Full menu, limited menu, or buffet. They can cater your event, party, or meeting. It's the Rink Sports Grill at 301 Hattrick Avenue in Eveleth, Minnesota. Check them out today. And we thank all 3 of our sponsors, Minnesota Twist Drill, the Rink Sports Grill, and Iron Range Apparel, for their sponsorship of Up North Hockey, live streaming in our inaugural season. So we'll be back for second period action coming up here from Proctor. The Rails will be on the power play for a minute 43 as the Blue Jackets took a lead penalty there. Score after 1 period of play, it's 1-1 between Hibbing Chisholm and Proctor. We'll be back, everyone. right, everyone, welcome back here to Proctor. This game is brought to you by Iron Range Apparel, located in the Thunderbird Mall in Virginia. Stop by Iron Range Apparel for all your Minnesota-themed clothing and home decor. Located in the Thunderbird Mall, Iron Range Apparel offers lake cabin and home decor, along with a large variety of apparel. Grab a hockey hoodie for the rink or a winter hat for the cold Minnesota weather. Iron Range Apparel also offers wholesale pricing and custom screen printing. Each item is designed in-house, paying special attention to the local history and heritage. Find them on Facebook and Instagram, and good luck to all the players.
Well, just about getting ready to get underway here. It looks like we have a little bit of extra water on the ice, maybe a little bit, so they might give it a little bit extra time to freeze up here. And Blake, you'll recap our scoring summary period 1 here.
So here's your official first period scoring summary. Of course, Hibbing Chisholm got that goal at the 44-second mark of the first period. That was Mitchell Zimba. Unassisted goal there for Hibbing. Then about a minute later, at the 1:44 mark of the first period, Proctor tied it up at 1. Ben Harnell with the goal, and Reese Ward with the assist as the Rails tied it up at 1. And that's where we stand after 1 period of play. Second period coming up here momentarily.
Mitch Zimba, unassisted goal there for the Blue Jackets. Yeah, I wasn't sure if there was an assist on that goal or not, and apparently there was not.
Couple other shout-outs here. Kobe Bergen watching from Hibbing. And Joel Olson says, newish arena. Yeah, it's 2 years old. Last year was their first year occupying this beautiful arena, and now we're here live streaming the game. It's been a lot of fun here so far.
Yeah, year 2 of this fabulous facility here in Proctor. St. Luke's Sports Entertainment Convention Center. St. Luke's Arena. Again, we thank Kent from Proctor High School for his help this week and getting us all set up here tonight with this broadcast. He was amazing, and thanks to Kent and the entire Proctor High School, Proctor area for their hospitality here tonight.
Another shout out here, Proctor Rails fan Derek Felska. Says go Rails. He's watching our stream tonight, so we thank Derek for watching his Proctor Rails here.
Yeah, and if you're out of the area, out of the state, let us know that as well. Wherever you may be watching from, let us know that so we can try to give you a shout out during our broadcast here tonight. Looks like they got some little extra water behind the net where the goaltender is Vitek Vozdecki occupies that crease, and they're going to get that extra water off the ice here and maybe help freeze it up here quick.
And we just got a shout out from the PA announcer here for streaming the game, so thanks to him for doing that. I think that was the guy that was helping us out.
Yes, it was. Yeah, Kent's got a very busy job here. He's the public address announcer. He does broadcast live streams for Proctor High School as well. He's a multi-purpose guy that's very busy, and we thank him for all his help here tonight. So, looking ahead, tomorrow night, we've got a big game tomorrow night. We return back to Coleraine again. Greenway Raiders taking on the Hermantown Hawks, the rematch of last year's Section 7A championship game. Greenway won in double overtime. Sent them on to the Minnesota State Hockey Tournament. Should be a very fun one tomorrow night. Of course, going back to Coleraine here once again.
No matter how the game goes, it's still going to be a big one for both teams. Big game for seedings, and just the circumstance of it being the rematch of the Section 7A championship from last season. Greenway's beat up. I believe Ben Trombley, I heard he might sit out of that game. So, it's a tough loss, but they got to rest up their players for the big run in the section playoffs for the Green Bay Raiders.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Hopefully Trombley will be able to play. I know certainly he will play if he can. He'll play through any injuries he has, and I'm sure tomorrow night I'd be surprised if Ben Trombley didn't play tomorrow night, I guess. But okay, we're underway here, period number 2, and the Rails have it. As picked up here and picked up by Mosier and sends it in. Mosier, the other side. As in there is Ward. And back on the other side is Pavlovich and sends it in. There's a loose puck in front. As Ward tried to put it home and put the Proctor Rails up 2-1 here. Behind the net is Harnell, works it back out to the point. To Mosier. Mosier with it. Mosier along the boards here. Mosier along the boards. Sends it behind now is Ward. Mosier has it. Works it over to Pavlovich. She sends it right on. Loose puck out front. And a chance in front for Riles. And Vitek with the save.
Rails are buzzing to start this second period. A minute in, 16:01 remaining here in period number 2. Still 1-1 between Hibbing, Chisholm, and Proctor. And 45 seconds remaining on the Proctor power play here.
All right. 2 number 7s facing off against each other. Lund and Ward. The Rails control and sent in by Mosier. The Blue Jackets still have a penalty for 38 seconds left here.
Another shout out to another Hibbing Chisholm Bantam 8 player, Tristan Babbage, watching our stream here tonight.
Sent in by the Rails, Pavlovich. Yeah, Tristan, thank you for watching and congratulations yesterday. You guys did amazing. Amazing tournament. It was fun watching your team play and being part of the broadcast yesterday afternoon and into the early evening as that game went into double overtime with a thrilling shootout to finish it. Pavlovich sends it in. And a shot right on by Riles. 21 seconds left on the power play for the Rails. Zimba dumps it out. And goaltender Johnson will leave it for Mosier. Mosier brings it through center ice. It's tipped in by Pavlovich. Behind the net now, the Rails work it back out to Mosier. Back into Harnell. Harnell works it towards the front of the net. Picked up by Allison. Coming back the other way here. As Frieder trying to make a play and dumped in by Pavlovich. Frieder now with it. Zimba behind the net now. Zimba plays it up to Kemp. Kemp leaves it at center ice and dumped back in by Dardis. 14:40 left here, period number 2. 1-1 between Hibbing, Chisholm, and Proctor. Sent back in by Dardis into the corner. Dardis gets it again here and dumps it back into the Blue Jackets zone. Zimba trying to get it out and sent back in by the Rails. And Olsen sends it in. Casey Kemp backhands it out of the zone. And loose puck sent back in by Olsen. And now Allison will bring it back out the other way. He gets knocked down on the play as Cabina knocks it in for the Blue Jackets. Johnson will leave it. And it comes out to center. Picked up by Bartlum. Bartlum working it over to Dardis. Just couldn't keep the play going here. Lehman picks it up. Lehman sends it out here to a wide open Marshak. Marshak moving in. Lose control of the puck there. Comes back the other way as Pavlovich works it out of the zone. Pavlovich skates it back in here. Tries to play it to the front of the net here. Mosier sends it in. And now Lund is over there to get it. Tips it over on the other side. Sent out by Lehman, but held in by the rails. And sent in. Shot out front. Vitek. Vozdecki makes a save.
Tonight's game is brought to you by Minnesota Twist Drill in Chisholm. They are a proud sponsor of Up North Hockey, and they wish best of luck to all players on the season ahead and to have fun.
All right, so Allison to take the draw against Harnell. Shot 17-5 in favor of the Proctor Rails so far in this game. Ethan Lund will skate out here for that extra 5 players out there for the Blue Jackets. And behind the net, as Harnell was kept in. And now out to center. Hollenbach sent it into the corner. Mosier back on the points. Shots gets blocked down by Freider. The plays continues in the rail zone as Harnell had it. Freider now trying to get to loose puck here. And Lund comes through center ice. Lund with it. Lund with a drive right on. Shot save by Johnson. Another great save by Johnson. And Kabina will pick it up. He gets it to Allison. Allison loses it. Mosier takes him out here. Mosier dumps it back in for the Proctor Rails. Haugen in the corner. Centering over to Zeroth. And he just could not catch the pass and get a shot on net. Back come the Rails as Haugen. Haugen's a speedy little player. He moves in. He had breaking towards the net with Zeroth. Haugen on the other side now. Allison picks it up and dumps it in for the Blue Jackets. 11:09 left here, period number 2, all squared up 1 apiece. As Proctor moves it in and shot right on by number 10, Zach Zeroth.
Tonight's game is brought to you by the Rink Sports Grill in Eveleth. They offer casual family dining in a hockey-themed atmosphere. Try one of their daily specials or your favorites from the menu. Rink Sports Grill offers 8 large screen TVs and 2 10-foot projection screens.
Bushbaum back behind the net, threw a loose puck out front. Little shot and dumped back in by Pavlovich. Zimba behind the net here now. Zimba brings it out through traffic. Zimba brings it through center ice and drives it in to the rail zone. Leaves it out for, and a shot right on by, shot goes wider than that, I'm sorry, by Mikey Anderkin. Chance for the Blue Jackets. Back the other way comes Bartlum with it. Bartlum skates it in here. Behind the net, wheeling around with it here. Bartlum gets it back out to the point. Sent in by Olsen into the corner. Pavlovich knocks it in. Zimba knocks it out to Westerberg. Westerberg gets it to Anderkin. Olsen dumps it back in for the Rails. as that is on the wrong side of center, and an icing charged against the rails.
Got shots on goal so far here in this game, about halfway through this game between Hibbing, Chisholm, and Proctor. Shots on goal 19-6 in favor of the Proctor Rails, so they've been putting a lot of shots on Vitek Vozdecki, and he has 18 saves tonight for the Hibbing, Chisholm Blue Jackets.
Kabina gets it to Kemp. Kemp gets some room now. Kemp moves in and shot right on. Big save by Johnson. Loose puck as Johnson plays it in the corner. Kemp picks it up here, trying to get it to Kabina, and it comes out of the Blue Jackets zone and back into their, or out of the Rails zone, back into the Blue Jackets zone. Picked up by the Rails. There was a chance just over the top of the net here by Riles. Harnell picks it up at center. Gets it over on the other side. As Harnell will now get it and drive it back into the Blue Jacket zone. He's in free. Harnell tries to go to the backhand. And just could not get the shot off the way he wanted it. Nice chance for Ben Harnell of the Proctor Rails. Again, thanks everybody for tuning in to our broadcast here tonight. We appreciate you taking time out of your night to join us live on Up North Hockey's live stream of high school hockey tonight and during our season. Freider dumps it out here as Allison's going to chase into that corner to get that loose puck here. Pavlovich in there to defend. Rails will get it out here, and Allison dumps it back into the Rails end. Moore's with it here as Allison tries to take it away as Pavlovich is going to pick it up here. Now back to Pavlovich. Sends it around out to center. Zimba picks it up. Zimba gets it over to Sanborn. Pavlovich has it. Back to Allison. And dump back out. Back into the zone by Adardis. Freider tries to leave it for Allison. And Harnell picks it up and it's out to center. And picked up by Bartlam. Bartlam works it in here. He'll go off for a line change. And sent behind the net. And around the corners, picked up by the Blue Jackets. Zimba has it now here. Zimba working through. Zimba takes a shot, hard shot at Westerberg on the other side. That shot gets blocked down. And that's going to be an icing charged against the Rails.
This game is brought to you by Minnesota Twist Drill in Chisholm. They are a proud sponsor of Up North Hockey, and they wish best of luck to all players of the season ahead and to have fun.
Haugen comes out at center ice. Haugen loses a glove as he was getting it out. And dumped back in by the Rails. Holla. Kabina gets it to Janicic. Janicic plays to Anderkin. To Westerberg. Westerberg drives it in for the Blue Jackets. Back to get his Olsen. Olsen sends it out to center as Kabina picks it up. Kabina gets it back in and nobody touched that, but no icing there. Held in by Kabina. Kabina with a drive on, gets blocked down. Nice defensive play by Olsen. And he puts it up and out of play. 6:20 left here, period number 2. 1-1, Hibbing, Chisholm, and Proctor. key Section 7A game here tonight for seedings. Start thinking about those as we have just a little over a month left of the season. Hard to believe that we're at that point already. Sanborn send it back in here. Out to center, and Reese Ward breaks back in here. Ward gets it over on the other side. Wheeling around here, Pavlovich holds it in his Allison. Nice word. Here's Allison, has it in the wants the boards here, sends it to Freider. Out to Lund. Here's Allison with it here. Allison drives it back in behind the net here. Sanborn sends it back in. Freider, shot right on, and a save by Sam Johnson.
This game is brought to you by the Rig Sports Grill in Eveleth. They offer large and small group seating with meeting areas available. Full menu, limited menu, or buffet. They can cater your event, party, or meeting. That's the Rig Sports Grill, 301 Hattrick Avenue in Eveleth, Minnesota. Check them out today.
Zimba sends it in. Nice shot on by Zimba. Sanborn. Sanborn tries to keep it in. And it comes back into the Blue Jackets zone. Zimba fires it out here. Edmonds plays it up to Marshak. Kemp back to Marshak. Over to Kemp. Kemp along the boards here. Kemp centers it out front. Edmonds sends it towards the front of the net. And Sam Johnson decides to cover that one up.
Well, we thought it would maybe be a high-scoring affair here between Proctor and Hibbing, but, 4:50 remaining here in the second period. We're still knotted up at 1-1, so, it looks like it's going to be a lower-scoring game, but it's a close one. All tied up at 1 apiece.
Anderkin gets it back to Cabina. Cabina gets defended on the play by Dardis. Back behind the net now is Olsen. Plays it out to center. Anderkin working for that loose puck. Anderkin tips it over and fired back in by Olsen. Behind the net, Cabina dumps it up to Westerberg. Westerberg dumps it back into the... Janicic tries to pick up that loose puck. Janicic is going to pick this one up here. Sends it over to Westerberg. Westerberg with a drive right on goal. And a save by Johnson. Blue Jackets getting some more shots on goal here in period number 2.
Yeah, it seems like they've been dominating the second half of the second period. They've been, getting the shots closer, 20-12, still in favor of Proctor. But yeah, definitely adding some more shots and more pressure on the Proctor Rails.
And it is behind the net, and Harnell plays it through center. Cabina sends it back in. Olsen plays it out to center and fired back in by Riles. Mozdecki plays it out. Pavlovich over on the other side to Olsen. 3:36 left here, period number 2. Blake Freider now with a chance at it, trying to late race for that loose puck. Freider and Mosier. Picked up by Ward. Ward brings it through center ice. Ward skates it back in. Ward picks it up tries to pick it off the boards, and Allison comes away with it. Allison trying to get it to Freider. Freider was breaking through the zone and just about got that one just a little bit ahead of his stick there. Great chance for the Blue Jackets.
Another shout out here, Rails TV says thank you for doing this broadcast here tonight, Proctor and Hibbing Chisholm. So we appreciate that message from Rails TV.
Yeah, thank you, Rails TV, for the compliment and the shout out. Thank you for everything that you do for high school athletics as well. now the Rails control it. Mosier over on the other side. It's Cullenbach trying to get back in here for the Rails. Sanborn tips it over on the side and dump back in by the Rails. Zimba. Edmonds has it, gets it out to Marshak. Marshak loses it in his skates there, picks it up momentarily. And the Rails drive it back in as Bushbaum. Zimba with nice defensive play, but gets it back here. Shot right on in front. And a great chance for the Rails. Riles back the other way has come Marshak. Marshak tries to slide it over Edmonds. Just misses on the pass. And back the other way. Riles comes in. Riles drive towards the net here. Nice defensive play by Eric Sanborn of the Blue Jackets.
Another great chance there for Proctor. They've had so many, slot chances right in front of the net. They had another one there and couldn't bury it. Vozdecki comes up big again for Hibbing Chisholm.
Yeah, Vitek Vozdecki has played solid here tonight. 20 saves so far on his night for the Blue Jackets. Out to center. Freider with it here. Tries to send it in for Allison. Freider picks up that loose puck. Loose in front now in front of the net here. Freider trying to backhand it in. Also Lund was in there. Sent out by the Rails for the icing. A minute 19 left here, period number 2. 1-1 our score between Hibbing Chisholm and Proctor. Allison is going to take the draw against Harnell. And coming in to take the draw now is Ward for the Rails. Allison controls. Allison with it here now. Kreider or Zimba sends it in. Lund with a chance out front. Loose puck in front. Lund trying to send at least 2 shots on net there. Lund in the corner. Lund trying to get it out to Allison out front. Zimba wants it over on the other side. Zimba can't keep it in. He'll have to retreat to center. Plays it over to Lund. Kabina sends it back in for the Blue Jackets. Picked up and fired out. Freider has it at center. Got less than a minute left here in period number 2. Here's Freider. Freider working towards the net, trying to get over to Allison in front. Harnell comes back the other way. He gets taken out by Kabina. And that is going to be a penalty against Drew Kabina for interference. So an opportunity for the Rails here late in the period on the power play. 17 seconds left. 17.5 seconds left, I should be exact, because we know what 0.1 second can do.
Well, definitely not what Hibbing Chisholm wanted to do there. They did that to start the first. At the end of the first period, they got a penalty, so another power play to start the Proctor Rails final period of play.
And the Blue Jackets win that draw and fire it out. Olsen with it. Olsen dumps it back in. Shot right on Vozdecki. And that's the end of period number 2. Well, figured this would... We talked about it. We thought this would be a little higher scoring game, Blake.
Yeah, both goaltenders playing well, Johnson and Vozdecki, for both teams. Low scoring affair. The way that first period started, two goals for each team, or a goal for each team. for a total of 2 goals in the first 2 minutes of the game. That's how we started our game, so we thought it was going to be maybe like that North Shore Hibbing game, a 7-6 type game. But it's been a low-scoring affair, and it's going to be a dogfight to the finish. It's going to be a good finish here in Proctor.
Yeah, it should be a fun third period. We got at least 17 minutes left here in Proctor.
Tonight's game is brought to you by Minnesota Twist Drill in Chisholm. They are a proud sponsor of Up North Hockey, and they wish best of luck to all players in the season ahead to have fun. And the Rig Sports Grill in Eveleth offers casual family dining in a hockey-themed atmosphere. Try one of their daily specials or your favorites from the menu. Rig Sports Grill offers 8 large-screen TVs and 2 10-foot projection screens, so you never have to miss a minute of the game. They also offer large and small group seating with meeting areas available. Full menu, limited menu, or buffet. They can cater your event, party, or meeting. That's the Rig Sports Grill at 301 Hattrick Avenue in Eveleth, Minnesota. Check them out today. So after 2 periods of play here from the St. Luke's Arena in Proctor, it's the Proctor Rails 1, the Hibbing Chisholm Blue Jackets 1 as well. Proctor will start the third period with a power play for 1:43. A big chance there for Proctor to take their first lead of the night. So we'll be back for the final period of play coming up here from St. Luke's Arena in Proctor. All right, welcome back everyone to the St. Luke's Arena here in Proctor. Tonight's game is brought to you by Iron Range Apparel. Stop by Iron Range Apparel for all your Minnesota-themed clothing and home decor. Located in the Thunderbird Mall, Iron Range Apparel offers lake cabin and home decor, along with a large variety of apparel. Grab a hockey hoodie for the rink or a winter hat for the cold Minnesota weather. Each item is designed in-house, paying special attention to the local history and heritage. Iron Range Apparel also offers wholesale pricing and custom screen printing. Find them on Facebook and Instagram, and good luck to all the players.
All right, we're just about ready to get underway with third period action. Just recapping the scoring. Both goals scored in the first period. Hibbing Chisholm, Mitch Zimba got the unassisted goal at 44 seconds. And then the Rails tied it up at 1 minute and 44 seconds. Ben Harnell gets the single assist from Reese Ward. And that's where we stand after 2 periods of play. And we're underway. Third period of action. Rails bring it in as Ward. Back in. Ward back to Harnell. Back out to the point for Mosier. Sends it in to Harnell. Over on the other side to Pavlovich. Sends it behind the net now. Rails still on a power play for the next minute and 17 seconds. Sent in by Mosier. Kemp tries to pick it up here, and Harnell has it. Harnell works it over to Mosier with a drive right on the net, just over the top of the mark. And out it comes. Rails trying to move ahead in this game, 2-1 on this power play. Harnell brings it back in. Harnell tries to slide it over to Ward for the breaking towards the net there. Sanborn will pick this up. Mosier keeps it in. Mosier will walk in, keep going towards the net here as Lund sends it out and out to center. 19 seconds left on that power play. Have to be a quick rush here for the Proctor Rails as Riles drives it back in. Bushbaum trying to keep it in. Here's Mosier. Mosier with it. Pumps it back in. Into the corner. Picked up by Bushbaum. Centering pass. And a whistle and a stoppage of play here as the penalty comes to an end for the Blue Jackets.
This game is brought to you by Minnesota Twist Grill in Chisholm. They're a proud sponsor of Up North Hockey, and they wish best of luck to all players on the season ahead to have fun. The Rig Sports Grill in Eveleth offers casual family dining and a hockey-themed atmosphere. Try one of their daily specials or your favorites from the menu. Rig Sports Grill offers 8 large screen TVs and 2 10-foot projection screens, so you never have to miss a minute of the game. They also offer large and small group seating with meeting areas available. Full menu, limited menu, or buffet. They can cater your event, party, or meeting.
Kenan Riles had that last opportunity for the Rails. This is Zimba. Zimba brings it through center. Gets knocked down by Dardis. Kabina back to retrieve. Edmonds tips it out here. Bushbaum. Edmonds sends it into the corner, wide of the net. Zimba has it, gets it over to Kabina. Kabina tips it in and tipped in by Edmonds. Skating around the corner is Marshak. And Cullenbach tries to get it out as Kabina has it to Edmonds. Edmonds gets it back to Zimba. Zimba with the drive right on goal. Casey kept the other side. Blocked down by the Rails and comes back out with his Bushbaum. Bushbaum bringing it back in here. Now Bushbaum shoots it behind the net. And that'll be an icing against the Blue Jackets. 13:59 left here, period 3. All squared at 1 apiece. Hibbing, Chisholm, and Proctor. Allison to take the draw against Harnell. Lehman plays it to Ryder, taken away. And dumped out a play by Riles. Kenan Riles.
Looking at some Proctor Rail history, their only state tournament appearance was back in 1997, where they got 3rd place in the Minnesota Class A state tournament.
Ryder sends it through center. And sent back in by Pavlovich. Picked up by Riles with a shot. Just over the top of the net there. Mosier gets it over to Pavlovich. Back over to Mosier. Comes the Rails Harnell. Harnell driving in. Tries to pull it back and get the shot away. Marshak gets it out to center. Nope, doesn't come all the way out. That's sent back in by Harnell. Rails pick it up as Mosier sends it towards the net. There's Allison trying to get it out here for the Blue Jackets. Rails have controlled play. This 3rd period starting out. Cabina. And Allison gets it to Lund. Comes out to center. Worked in by Haugen. Haugen trying to center out front. Here's Mosier. Sends it in. Haugen with another chance. Blocked down. Allison, nice defensive play. Fired up out Janicic. Back to get it is Olsen. Olsen sends it ahead. Gets it to Zeroth. This is Westerberg. Gets it over to Lehman. Both players collide and they fall down. Zimba has it. Zimba sends it to Westerberg. Westerberg at center. Fired back in by Haugen. Zimba now with it behind his own net here. Surveying the play and gets it over to Janicic. Janicic tips it out to center. And back is Bartlam. Freider takes it away here. Freider trying to drive through towards the front of that here. Freider just could not get through traffic. Nice defensive stop put up by the Rails. Back the other way. Puck comes out through in center and back into the Rails zone. Pavlovich back there. Leaves it over for Rails and they dump it out here on the skating in was Bartlam. Mosier dumps it out to center. Played by Dartis. Now Allison has it. Zimba gets it over to Sanborn. Sanborn tips it to Freider. Freider tips it into Allison. Allison now hit Lund breaking towards the net here. He was defended by Mosier. Allison behind the net tries to place it over to Lund. Mosier tips it out. And now Ward racing down along with Zimba. Battling for that loose puck there. Zimba comes away with it here. Zimba gets it up to Lund, up to Allison. Lund will pick it up along the blue lines here. Lund will play it in. Mosier has it. Gets it out to center, Zimba. 9:42 left here, period number 3. In this low-scoring affair. Allison Freider with it on the other side. Freider drives it towards the net. Nice defensive play by Connor Pavlovich in front. Olsen knocks it out to center. Marshak. Harnell. And now Sanborn has it. Sanborn leaves it back to Zimba. Gets it up to Marshak. And that's going to be a penalty assessed against the Rails. So huge power play, Blake, here for the Blue Jackets.
Yeah, once again, Proctor, kind of working Hibbing Chisholm here. Another break for the Blue Jackets. They looked to, find their game here. They were unable to in the second period when they got that power play. Once again, here they get a power play. 9:02 remaining here in the final period of play. And, we'll see if the Blue Jackets can get something going here on this power play.
Certainly a golden opportunity for the Blue Jackets here. Zimba will retrieve it. Zimba sends it right on. Shot. And a great save by goaltender Sam Johnson.
Talking about the Rails state tournament history again, they have 3 banners for state, sections, and then conference. It's pretty blank on them, but with this new arena here now, they look to add to it with other championships with this new arena.
Kabina sends it over to Lund. Lund slides it over to Zimba. Zimba into Freider. Behind the net. Allison tries to get it back to Zimba. Just over the top of his stick, and Vozdecki will pick it up and leave it for Kabina. Minute 23 left on that power play for the Blue Jackets. Kabina gets it over on the other side to Zimba. Zimba gets it out to Allison. Gets it over to Freider. Freider can't control the puck there. And dumped out by the Rails Dardis. Ethan Lund with it, skates it through center ice. Lund gets it into Allison. Allison over to Freider. Nice pass over to Zimba. Zimba keeping it. Zimba driving towards the front of the net. Just up on all of the play here. Faceoff's going to be outside the zone.
Tonight's game is brought to you by Minnesota Twist Drill in Chisholm. They're a proud sponsor of Up North Hockey, and they wish best of luck to all players in the season ahead and to have fun.
42 seconds left on the power play for the Blue Jackets. 7:43 left here. Period number 3. 1-1 is our score. Allison and Harnell take the draw. Allison wins that draw here. Allison with it now. Allison gets it to Kemp. Kemp over to Allison. Back over to Kemp. To Zimba. Shot gets blocked down. Nice block by Ward there. This is Sanborn. And we get a whistle and stoppage of play as the net is off its moorings.
This game is brought to you by the Rink Sports Grill in Eveleth. They offer large and small group seating with meeting areas available. Full menu, limited menu, or buffet. They can cater your event, party, or meeting. That's the Rink Sports Grill in Eveleth, Minnesota.
Seems like we've lived in a hockey arena in the last 5 days. Oh, that's right. We did. But it's been fun. And that is fired wide of the net here. Kemp fires it out to center. Pavlovich gets it over to Rails and brought in by Harnell. Harnell skating towards the front of the net. He could not pull the trigger on that second effort. Great play by Harnell, though, getting himself free in front. Play continues now into the Blue Jackets zone. But Kemp comes away with it. Gets it out to Marshak. Marshak, one player to beat. Nice defensive play by Tanner Olson. Olson brings it out here. Gets it over to Cabina and sends it in. That's going to be an icing. On the play there. 6:09 left here in period number 3. Discussion at center ice. Maybe where the face-off's going to be. Not sure.
Shots on goal getting really close here. Hibbing Chisholm adding some pressure, especially on that power play. 23-17 shots on goal in favor of Proctor. 6:09 remaining here in the final period of play.
Cabina. Marshak tries to get it to Kemp. Lehman. Intercepted by the Rails. And dumped back in. It's number 33, Dylan Holla. Kemp gets it to Marshak. Marshak gets it into Kemp. Kemp fires it in. This is Pavlovich. Pavlovich gets it to Dardis. Dardis works it in here for the Rails. Dardis behind the net now. Gets it over to Harnell and he puts it wider than the mark. Fired into the corner. Edmonds is going to pick this up and give it out to Marshak. Tips it out and the Rails come back with it. It's fired out by Cabina. Picked up by Olson. Now to Cabina. Back and forth between the two teams with the puck. Lund. This is Ward. Plays it back to Mosier. As Lund right on the blue line there. Mosier now behind his own net here. 4:40 left here in regulation time. 1-1 our score, and that's an icing against the Proctor Rails.
Well, time's ticking down here in this third period. Who knows? We might see overtime here once again. We saw overtime in our last stream, the Bantam A game, Hibbing Chisholm and Edina, and tonight we might see it again.
Yeah, we've had a few overtime. We've had 2 overtimes. There's a shot right on by Ethan Lund. Another big save by goaltender Sam Johnson. Sanborn at center ice, works it in. Sanborn gets behind the D. Sanborn right there. Nice shot, but big save again by Johnson. Goaltender's playing well here, Blake.
As we were talking about the possibility of overtime, as we were speaking, Ethan Lund drove in. Good chance there. Johnson with the save, and now just right here, Eric Sanborn with a big chance as well.
And this is right behind the net is Cullenbach. Cullenbach gets it out to center. And worked in by Bartlam. Dardis in the corner. Dardis with it. Trying to center it out front. Holla. Back to Dardis now. Casey Kemp comes out at center ice. Casey Kemp will drive it into the zone. Casey Kemp shot right on. And stoppage of play. As we have a Blue Jackets player down on the ice. That is Casey Kemp, I believe. Lost his helmet. Oof.
I think he took his helmet off because he's in so much pain.
Oh, okay. Pulled his helmet off. Okay. Well, hopefully Casey's going to be okay here. He's been a hard-working player for the Blue Jackets.
Here's a word from our sponsors, Minnesota Twist Drill in Chisholm. They're a proud sponsor of Up North Hockey, and I wish best of luck to all players in the season ahead and to have fun. And the Rink Sports Grill in Eveleth offers casual family dining in a hockey-themed atmosphere. Try one of their daily specials or your favorites from the menu. The Rink Sports Grill offers 8 large screen TVs and 2 10-foot projection screens, so you never have to miss a minute of the game. The Rink Sports Grill also offers large and small group seating with meeting areas available. Full menu, limited menu, or buffet. They can cater your event, party, or meeting. It's the Rink Sports Grill at 301 Hattrick Avenue in Evelyn, Minnesota. Check them out today. Then, of course, Iron Range Apparel, our player of the game sponsor for the rest of the season here on North Hockey. The recipient of the player of the game hat is courtesy of Iron Range Apparel, so we thank them for their sponsorship as well.
Yeah, we'll be awarding that at the conclusion of today's game, so watch our Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter social media sites for the presentation of that hat and also a short interview with the player of the game. As Casey Kemp is up on his own power. Good to see. Hopefully Casey's going to be okay here.
Kind of holding his neck or back or something, so you know, luckily he's up and moving.
Yeah, that's a good sign to see. Hopefully he'll be able to come back here. I'm not sure if he'll be able to return to action tonight, but he certainly will if he can, but we'll have to see what happens here.
Well, of course, with only 3 minutes remaining, he probably won't come back tonight, but hopefully he's back for the Blue Jackets' next game.
All right, face-off is going to be inside the rail zone. 3:34 left here, period number 3. Hibbing, Chisholm, and Proctor rails 1 apiece. As the board wins that draw for the rails, Sanborn has it. And that is a penalty against the Proctor rails too as well, so the Blue Jackets on the power play here. Freider slides it over to Zimba. Zimba over to Allison. Allison works it in. Over to Zimba. Zimba can't hold it in. Sanborn has it. Sanborn wheels it back in here. Gets it to Freider. Picked up by Zimba. Gets it over to Lund. Lund works it in. Lund driving in. Shot up out of play here. I believe that went off a Harnell's stick in front of the net there. So 2:57 to go. 1:23 left on that power play for the Blue Jackets. Mosier fires around and dumped out by Harnell. Ward was rushing into the zone. Ward in there playing hard on this penalty kill. Zimba with it here, leaves it over to Sanborn. Zimba brings it out. Gets it over to Lund. Lund in free. Lund trying to slides it over to Zimba, and he puts up and out of play. Great chance for the Blue Jackets. Lund trying to get it over to Zimba and just couldn't keep it in play.
Yeah, another chance there by Mitchell Zimba. It got deflected by one of the Proctor Rails players, and of course another nice play by Ethan Lund as he drove in and gave it over to Zimba.
And this is face-off. Zimba has it. Zimba sends it in. Nice save by Sam Johnson coming through traffic there.
Both goaltenders have played very well tonight, so if we do have a winner tonight, whoever, we're probably going to have to give it to a goalie possibly, because both teams have had very quality chances here tonight.
Yeah, I certainly think that the goaltenders could be candidates for player of the game here tonight. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, it's going to get tricky if it does end up as a tie. Still 2:21 remaining here in the third period. Then we would have an 8-minute overtime if there's no winner determined here in regulation.
Yeah, we still have 2:21 left here in regulation. Still some time left for something to happen. 47 seconds left on that power play for the Blue Jackets.
Also for players that could be candidates, Mitchell Zimba for the Blue Jackets, he's played very well. And then Ben Harnell for Proctor, he's a candidate for Proctor too.
Yeah, a little tricky in a low scoring game. Who do you give it to? Certainly the goalies are, in my mind, as top candidates right now. But we'll see. We have at least 2:21 left in regulation. And if we need to play extra, we'll play another 8 minutes here. Allison wins that draw. And Mosier gets it out of the zone. Sanborn has it. Sends it up to Lund. Lund will drive it in. Lund over to Zimba. Zimba gets it over to Sanborn. Over to Lund now. Lund slides it. Nice play between Zimba and Lund. Lund just missed the mark. There's Zimba with it. Gets it over to Sanborn. Sanborn trying to work it in there and gets it over to Allison. Back to Lund. Lund works it back over to Sanborn. Sanborn over to Zimba. Back to Lund. Lund with a drive over the top of the net. That's the end of the power play for the Blue Jackets. And Sam Johnson freezes that puck. 1:31 to play.
Reminder, our next broadcast, a rematch of the Section 7A Championship, as we'll have Greenway and Hermantown from Hodgkins Berardo Arena in Coleraine. Should be a fun one tomorrow night.
Another timeout here. I believe this is the Proctor Rails timeout.
And then, of course, Thursday will be in Eveleth, the Eveleth Hippodrome for another big Section 7A game. It's going to be Eveleth Gilbert and Greenway. Then Tuesday night, Randy's going to head up to International Falls as they will host the Duluth-Denfeld Hunters at Bronco Arena. Then on Saturday, we'll have, I believe it's 4 or 5 Bantam A games. I think it's four Bantam AA games, at the IRA Civic Center in their Bantam AA tournament. And in between, sandwich in between 2 Bantam AA games in the morning and then 2 after, we'll have the high school varsity game, Bemidji and Grand Rapids. Then on Sunday, 3rd place at championship from the Bantam AA tournament in Grand Rapids.
Yeah, at least 3rd place in championship. We might have more on Sunday. You never know. Stay tuned for our social media sites for the official schedule for the games on Sunday. But for sure, 3rd place in championship. Looking forward to that. And the games on Saturday as well. Bantam AA games there and the high school game Saturday afternoon. Should be a fun weekend at the IRA Civic Center coming up. We have we had Thursday through Tuesday. We have Wednesday off. I mean, that's a long stretch of lots of hockey arenas we've been in since Thursday. Only have 1 day off this week, Wednesday, and that's it. So we've been busy. But it's been a lot of fun. And we appreciate all of you for your support, your nice compliments, and most importantly, watching our live streams here on Up North Hockey. Back to action. We return as Mosier sends it out. Back into the Blue Jacket zone as Vozdecki will steer it aside for Sanborn. Mosier now with it here. Mosier skates it back in, fires it back behind the net to Theron Vozdecki. Freider gets it over here. Freider with it. As we have a minute left here in the game. Freider works it behind the net now. Freider gets it over to Lund. Lund will get it back to Zimba. Zimba with a big drive on goal. Nice save by Johnson. Another big save for him. And now this is Reese Ward. Plays it in. And Vozdecki freezes along just in front of the net there. Bushbaum put that last shot on.
Well, 34 seconds remaining here in regulation. Face-off in the Hibbing-Chisholm zone. So we'll see if either team could set something up in the remaining 34 seconds of regulation. Proctor at Hibbing-Chisholm.
Halla to take the draw against Allison. Mosier sends it in. Allison has it. Gets it over to Freider. He tips it out. Mosier will retrieve it. Back in the zone out of the ice here. 20 seconds left here in period number 3. Will we see overtime tonight? Bo Dardis wants to be the hero to end it here. Dardis drives in. Allison comes away with it. He's going to have to move fast, but defended on the play by Pavlovich. He's been solid tonight for the Rails on the defense. And that is the end of period number 3. What? Okay, there's a 3-minute rest period. Blue Jackets are going to elect to go to their locker room for the 3-minute rest period here.
Yeah, it's good to get a little break from the arena, I guess. You know, good idea by Coach Tomberlin just to get them away from the ice a little bit. So, 3-minute timeout for both teams, and hopefully we'll have a game winner here in the 8-minute overtime from St. Luke's Arena.
Yeah, we'll see if we have an overtime victory here tonight.
Other high school hockey games tonight, not many as it's a Monday night. Mankato West over Rochester Lords 4-1. That's final. Marshall over Wyndham 6-3. Then other games going on tonight. Moose Lake area and Pine City area. No score reported on that one. Then Winona hosting Onalaska Lacrosse from Wisconsin. No score reported from that one either. So not a very busy night of high school hockey here. This game originally wasn't going to be played tonight. There's a big snowstorm here in Duluth area, so school was canceled the day they were supposed to play, so they rescheduled it to tonight.
Yeah, it was originally scheduled. We had that one of our first snowstorms of the year, canceled those mini games, and this was the night they chose that they were able to get it in. So worked out good for us for our schedule. We were able to get here and cover this game, bring this game to you. Well, minute and 8 seconds left here, and we'll be ready for overtime for the second game in a row for us here, Blake.
Yep, and Hibbing-Chisholm once again. Of course, the Bantam A team was in overtime. A thrilling loss. That was a thrilling victory for the Edina Bantam A's over Hibbing-Chisholm. Here we go again, 8-minute overtime to determine the winner of this Section 7A contest. Proctor, of course, looking for revenge from last year's play-in game where Hibbing-Chisholm knocked them off in the second overtime in that play-in game. You know, of course, Hibbing-Chisholm advanced and they had to play Hermantown, which didn't end up very good, but, you know, I remember seeing something on Twitter, like someone was saying something about the goalie that it's probably good that he let it in, but he said, you know, he wanted to play one more game with his teammates as he was a senior. That was Lucas Faltman. So, you know, that was obviously a tough loss for them. You want to live, you always want to, especially when you're a senior, it's always, you always want to get one more game in with your buddies and all the kids that you've grown up playing with, and you know that was a big victory for the seniors on that Hibbing-Chisholm team last year.
Yeah, it was. It was a very emotional win for them, and a tough loss for Proctor Rails, especially their young goaltender in that tough loss there. But we are ready for 8 minutes of sudden death hockey here in Proctor, Minnesota, between Hibbing-Chisholm and the Proctor Rails, thank you everybody for taking time out of your night to join our live coverage on Up North Hockey. Blake, along with Randy, we said thank you for everything you do and how you support us during the season. Also, we want to thank our sponsors, Iron Range Apparel, Rink Sports Grill, and Minnesota Twist Drill for their commitment to Up North Hockey this season. Dump back in. Here's we're underway here. Zimba gets it to Lund. Loose puck. Fight board as Zimba gets it out to center. Zimba now with it, tips it up. And here comes Ward. Ward will skate towards the net here. Ward gets defended on the play by Zimba. This is Allison. Allison gets it out to center outside the zone. Here is Lund. We'll tip it into Zimba, or to Freider. And he's just in offside. 7:19 left here in the overtime period. Casey Kemp back out on the ice. That's good to see. Here's Zimba. Zimba trying to wheel it over to Kemp and come back the other way is Bartlum. Bartlum works it in. Bartlum with a shot right on Vozdecki save. Vitek Vozdecki has played a great game, and so has Sam Johnson.
I mean, not a lot of shots for both teams, but the quality of those shots and, they just had quality chances for both teams, and both goalies have come up big for their teams.
There's a shot right on by Bartlum. Nice little wrister there off the faceoff. Holla take the draw for the Rails. And they're going to have a line change. Allison will take the draw for the Blue Jackets against Ward of the Rails. And out and fired back in by Bushbaum. Behind the net to Ward. There's Mosier back on the point. Mosier sends it and scores! Isaac Mosier, I believe, got that goal unless it was tipped in front, but he ends the game for the Proctor Rails in overtime. What a nice shot as he put it in. Vitek Vozdecki tried to make the save. And it goes through and into the back of the net. So with 6:42 left here, period number in the overtime session, the Rails finish it up.
And it was tipped in there on the play. I'm not sure if you caught that or if that's the player you're mentioning who scored the game winner, but nice tip there, nice shot on. And Proctor Rails get the victory here tonight, 2-1 in a thrilling overtime win for Proctor.
So I think Connor Bushbaum put that one in.
Yep, tipped it in after the shot from Reese Ward.
So Bushbaum, I believe, gets the credited for the game winner there. And the Blue Jackets heartbreaking loss in overtime, but Proctor Rails getting that big victory here in the overtime session. Minute and 18 seconds into overtime, the Rails ended.
And here's the official scoring summary from that overtime. Of course, the goal for Proctor winning it was scored by number 19, Connor Bushbaum. Assist went to number 7, Reese Ward. And the second assist went to number 11, Isaac Mosher.
Mosher back on the point there, yeah. He sent that initial shot in. So, well, stay tuned for our. We're going to have to discuss this and figure out who we want to pick for player of the game in this one. But stay tuned for our 3 social media sites: Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, for the announcement of our player of the game, presented by Iron Range Apparel in the Thunderbird Mall in Virginia.
And we would like to also thank our other sponsors, Minnesota Twist Drill and the Rink Sports Grill, along with Iron Range Apparel. And stay tuned for their player of the game, like Randy said, across all 3 of our social media pages. So, Randy, any last thoughts before we go here tonight? 2-1, thrilling victory for Proctor here in overtime.
Yeah, it was quite a battle. Another overtime session between Proctor and Hibbing Chisholm. Proctor getting the victory here at home. It was a fun night here. Certainly a thank you again to Kent and the entire Proctor High School and this arena for hosting us here tonight. Their great hospitality towards Up North Hockey and Blake and myself as well.
Yeah, probably the best, I would say, all year. You know, he was very friendly to us, greeted us right when we got here at the table in the broadcast booth here. You know, just great hospitality, and we certainly appreciate that, as it's, you know, it can sometimes be tough to get set up in different rinks that we haven't been to before, this rink being one of those rinks. So, you know, we certainly appreciate the hospitality here tonight from Kent and Proctor High School.
Yeah, thank you again, Kent, for everything.
So, for Randy, I'm Blake. We thank you for joining us here tonight for some Monday night hockey here on Up North Hockey. Make sure to join us tomorrow night from the Hodgkins Broad Arena for the big Section 7A Championship rematch from last year. Of course, Greenway got that thrilling overtime victory to go to the state tournament. So join us for that rematch between Greenway and Hermantown at the Snake Pit in Coleraine. So the final score here tonight, it's the Proctor Rails 2, the Hibbing Chisholm Blue Jackets 1, a thrilling victory for the Proctor Rails in overtime. We'll see you tomorrow night from Hodgkins Berardo Arena. Puck drop set for 7:30. Late start there from Coleraine. Good night, everyone.